Welcome to KEHWA on the Couch. In this show, I will be serving one of the traditional Kashmiri teas called KEHWA, also called as kahwa, to my lovely guests with a multi-culti conversational platter on the side. I am a storyteller and I believe everyone has a story to share. So I have attempted to bring to you, my audience, some of the really amazing stories that have inspired me, made me cry, made me smile, made me wonder, and made me realize that no matter where we come from, the things that make us happy, the things that make us sad, and the things that make us different are just the same. My first ever guest on my brand new talk show is a wonderful woman who has a fire in her soul, but a certain calmness in her eyes. She's one of the best actors, producers, directors I have worked with. She's gorgeous, she's Ira, and she's a Paglet.
Hi guys!
Welcome to the show, Ira. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks.
Why don't you tell my audience what do you do?
Hi.
So they're called Team Paglets.
Paglets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Paglet. So I'm an artist. I started with 14. I started with modeling and acting, and later in life, like 2 years ago, I started also producing films. So I'm actually also a producer, making short films. And I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy to do this work. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there something that you cannot do?
Yeah, what the fuck? Of course. Yeah, I can fly. No, of course, there's a lot of things I can do.
Did you inherit these craziness or awesomeness, or are you just one in a million?
Oh, come on. I'm born this way, right? Bitch. No. No, actually, yeah. Well, when I think about my family, I think I'm just a black sheep. Except my mother, of course, she's the same thing she has is that she's laughing very loud like me, and she's like very chaotic, kind of not chaotic like messy, but chaotic in the mind, like ADHD type. And like I'm like here in 5 seconds, I'm here, like I'm everywhere. But all the rest of my family is actually very quiet, and sometimes I can be that too, but most of the time not actually.
Okay.
No, I'm very crazy and loud, but in a positive way.
Like the right kind of crazy guy.
They're right.
Yeah.
I'm actually.
You're a Paglet.
Yeah, I'm a Paglet. Yeah.
She's a Paglet, you know.
I'm positive. I'm positive that I'm a Paglet.
Yeah. P for positive, P for Paglet. Yeah. Tell me if you have any childhood memory, which has always had a very deep, profound impact on how you live, or even now how you think about the world or anything in general.
I think the person I am now really roots from experience that was not so nice. I'm very proud that it happened, because everybody has this bad experience of this bad times. You literally want to die somehow. Yeah, really. I mean,
I've been there.
Yeah, everybody been there, I guess.
Yes.
And as a child, I think that the worst part was I was separated from my mother when I was 7. I was raised by my grandma, born in Russia, and was raised in Russia. And then with 7 years, I moved to Germany. So this was a separation from my mother, of course, for like very, very long time, like 15 years or so. But I didn't realize that moment I was separated. Like at 7, it was like, okay, we move. Nobody told me you're gonna go to Germany. Like you will live in another country forever now. Russia is not your country anymore. This is not your home. You've been completely different language. You put in a class you don't understand. You don't know the people. Different culture. It was hard for me.
It made you stronger, right?
It makes me very strong. It makes me a survivor.
Because a lot of times, young people, they go through bad times and they get so depressed and they get so overwhelmed with it. They want to end their life. They want to stop trying. Hard times are there to test you, and everybody has hard times in their lives. Some people go through even harder times, but pull yourself together, hold on to the good things in life, and you'll only come out stronger. So before we go any further, I know that you are a tea person, and I've seen more than 10 kinds of different teas in your
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
But today we are going to drink this traditional tea from my homeland, Kashmir.
Nice.
So a lot of people call it kahwa,
Mhm.
or it's also spelled as kehwa. So cheers!
Cheers! Thank you very much.
Which is your favorite tea, by the way? So
I think it's this one, and I before it was
very
like
smart.
chai. Yeah. It was really chai. This one I tasted today first time, but I love it because all the spices. Normally you drink tea, just tea. And I love that Indians made all this great thing out of a tea, like with spices and mandolin and stuff.
Yes,
I love it.
Yeah, so it's also a green tea, and it it dates back to like 1st or 2nd century. People have been drinking this in Kashmir since then, and it's very healthy. When we drink it, we garnish it with some mandolin in German and almonds, what we call in India. English. What makes you happy?
Oh my gosh, tea, good music, a nice people be around with, like my boyfriend. A lot of things like vacation, good food, like everything what makes you feel good. The common thing with all people, if there's a good food, there is a good something to drink. It's warm. You feel comfortable with people you're around with. Then everything is fine, So
I knew I was calling the right person for my first episode, because that's the kind of answers I would also give if I was in an interview. So as far as I know, you speak German, you speak Russian. How many languages do you speak?
Just these 3, English, German, and Russian. I learned French in school, but I forgot everything.
Randomly give me your, because I always ask this question to anybody I meet. Like your 5 favorite words.
My 5 favorite. Okay, English is what the fuck. Like my favorite. What the fuck? Like
touche.
What the fuck? Or like bring it on. German, it would be Scheiße.
So like a German brother or sister of what the fuck, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's like, shit. Scheiße is shit. Yeah, it's like,
I love that word. I mean, that was I think the 2nd or 3rd word I picked up when I was new. Yeah, Scheiße.
Scheiße. And the 2nd word in German would be like Arschloch. Asshole, yeah.
You guys would also agree, like the first things we learn in any language are the swear words, the cuss words, right?
Russian is the perfect language for cuss words because you have to say it because you don't know Russian then anymore. And it would be please mother, don't listen.
Okay.
It would be like idi nachuj. And sukablet. Very bad words. I don't know translate it.
Okay, yeah.
Some words you can't even translate because they're so bad. They're so evil.
What do you mean? No.
Not for kids.
Not for kids. Yeah. So grow up and then you'll know.
Yeah.
So tell me something about your culture, like
which one?
Anything like whether it's a German, French, or Russian culture. Do you remember any weirdest custom or weirdest tradition that you want to tell the world about it? Because
old Russian who's watching now knows. If you go and visit your auntie, whatever, somehow from your family, and enter the room, and even if you don't drink alcohol, you have to sit down, drink, eat, and get drunk. This is I don't know, and every time they have a reason to drink. The dog has a birthday today, or the mailman comes and bring the mail. Oh my gosh, we have to drink. You have to bring the mailman in, sit down on the table and drink, and then he goes drunk. Of course, you get the wrong mail. You always have to eat. If you don't eat it, I got offended.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. I think that's the similarity. We love having people at our place. We love cooking food for them, and we love feeding people. Eat.
You look like you're starving.
Exactly. Moti?
Yes.
We all feel broken at times. There are days when you just want to shut down, hide behind your blanket and don't want to face anyone, and you feel like a loser. There's no way you can convince yourself that you are good or you can do better. Does it happen to you?
Of course.
So what do you do? How do you come out of it? Where do you derive your strength from?
I have two idols which I listen to. It first is Alan Watts. I don't know if you know him. He's a philosopher, and the second one is actually from Russia. Vadim Zeland. Alan Watts already died, but I can't stop listening to him on YouTube. Come on, you're not. Stop self-pitying yourself. You're gonna do it, and the moment will pass. But I also try to accept it. If I say, okay, I have this bad time, I am sad now, okay, then I go and cry. I go and pity myself for a while. I go and say, okay, please. And then, as you do as a child, then of course you have, as a child, you have a mother or a father who says, everything will be fine, you're okay, just drink a cup of tea. And then if you grow up, nobody is actually, if you have a husband or boyfriend, of course somebody will do it, but he needs the same right now. And you come and give me. No, and I need more. You know. Your responsibility is then to go and say, okay, then I go do it to myself. Say, I'm gonna be fine, Ida. Just make yourself a cup of tea.
And let it be.
Let it be. Just cry. It will be all right. Just go and change your sheets. It will be. You go take a shower and you feel better. Stuff like that. You have to do it to yourself. So you have to be your own mother, you have to be your own father, and care for yourself, and then we'll be alright. I think it's literally changing your energy. So if you go and take a shower, you wash up the old energy, it goes away. This is why you feel better after the shower, or you put on instant sticks. Sometimes I do that, so it tastes, it smells better, or you change your cheese. Everything is a changing of energy.
Really, really a very beautiful way to put it. I mean, I knew that, but I never thought about it like that. But you said it really right. Change of energy would really help. What are you afraid of in life?
Lose people you love.
So if you were granted a superpower, what would it be?
Somebody asked me this like a month ago too. I just want to see through things, not like seeing skeletons, something like that, not this primitive type of seeing, but
I
is like to understand the creation, understand the world, seeing energy. This is what I wanted to say.
Wow.
Like seeing energy, like everybody has an aura, everybody has force, everybody has energy, and somehow I want to see energy. This is what I want.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. Like
I
have goosebumps right now. Okay, I was maybe expecting she would say I want to fly, or I want to be invisible.
No, it's boring.
I want to see energy.
For example, if you see energy, you see like a person who is sick. You can tell him, hey, you're sick. You can go and heal yourself, something like that. And
we should make a video about it.
Yeah. How?
I don't know, but it's really crazy idea. Like I am someone who sees energy.
Yeah.
That is what happens. Two artists, they get together and they talk about random things. There are 10 billion ideas that come, and you want to make a video out of it, and then you're like, oh.
And then they comment later. Yeah. What the crazy fuck?
Don't unsubscribe, please. Stay with me.
Subscribe. And then we show you how to see energy.
Okay, quickly. Favorite book.
My favorite book is, for the moment, it's Vadim Zeland, Transurfing. Everybody should read this. It's also about energy somehow.
Favorite movie?
Terminator. And Back to the Future.
Favorite actor?
Kate Beckinsale and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you the last question. Like, do you have any favorite memory of us working together?
I think it's the music video Step by Step. The location was awesome. The people were like, the energy was so nice. And all the people are working together. It was so much fun. I think this is the most and best memory.
Yeah.
Of course, the other ones, of course, really, she's really nice person. So subscribe.
Well, that was the first episode of KEHWA on the Couch. Clearly, you're a Paglet. It's proved. It's hence proved. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I'll be back with another episode really soon. If you have any questions in mind which you would like me to ask my guests, please comment below. Like this video, share this video with everybody, and follow Ida. I'm going to put her socials in the description below. Follow her work. She's an amazing artist. She's crazy. She's awesome. She's a Paglet. Ciao! Skadoosh! energies.
Yeah. I give it to you, you give it to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Oh my gosh! Follow your dreams! How awesome is that?
So, you listen to Anshita, follow your dreams.
Yeah.